Gavin, thank you very much. Colin, thank you very much. End of pit lane then. That's how much it means to them. They want to be out there. Look at this, the Repsol Hondas then. Out goes Lorenzo out front. He wants to get his rhythm going straight away. He's the man that hits the front and hits turn one first of all in front of teammate Marc Márquez. Who's it going to be? Gav said it. 7 out of 7 for Marc Márquez. He's looking for that pole position again. We've seen him where he's had to stop on the track, jump the wall, come back down, got one lap to do it in and still managed to pull that pole off. Going back a few years now. Franco Morbidelli, he's looked good through free practice and through the free practice 4 that he's just come through too. So Morbidelli blasts the Petronas bike onto the track as well. 3.3 miles round here then. It looks dry just about everywhere. The clouds have cleared. No thunder and lightning left. Now we are clear skies to the race tomorrow. But who's it going to be on pole? Márquez takes us round. He looks spectacular. He put slicks in early when he went out earlier in FP4. Is he going to be able to put that knowledge to good use? Here's the man second in the championship who will start from the 5th row of the grid. Made a mistake, the team, or was it him that decided to stay out on old tyres? We were talking about it here in the commentary position. Neil questioned whether it was better to stay out or whether to come in on tyres. As it proved, better to come in.
Yeah, better to come in. And all the riders will know that now in this qualifying too, so nobody will make that same mistake. One thing I do want to mention, watching Cal Crutchlow put his gloves on, he looked like he was about to go in for a proper fight. He's good round here. He's on form, obviously, this year, and he's still got that burning anger of what happened a couple of weeks ago. So I expect minimum to see Cal on the front row.
Cal says he's put that behind him, but of course it's in the back of his head. He wants to perform here, wants to make it work. He knows the Honda works here. He would have been, if he hadn't had that ride-through penalty in Argentina, the only man capable of taking it to Marc Márquez, because the Honda worked in Argentina. The same thing here. Cal may be the only man, unless of course we consider what this man might be able to improve like over the couple of days he's been here so far. Can it be Lorenzo who takes it to Marc Márquez, or will it be Cal Crutchlow, or will Maverick Vinales finally make a start? So many questions here at Texas.
And Márquez, you notice on that outlap then he dropped back a little bit. He was a little bit too, oh, Jorge's blown that way too wide. It was a bit too close to Jorge Lorenzo. He wanted to create a little bit more of a gap and something to like hunt down. And whilst all that was going on, Paul Espargaro on the KTM, who's been on fire this weekend, I must say, is in the perfect position just to get sucked through this first flip-flop section.
No way to pass, just the perfect line, looking to pick up the instant turn through here, side to side. You heard Hodgie talk about it when he did his track guide, and nothing quite turns like the Honda with Marc Márquez on it through here. Even Jorge Lorenzo looked a little wider through there. He was scrubbing off more speed on the front end than Marc Márquez. Márquez looks on the perfect line. Jorge Lorenzo perhaps not quite so just yet, but then again, he doesn't know that bike quite as well as Marc Márquez knows it. Bottom of the track now.
What's going to happen, he didn't leave enough gap for Lorenzo because Lorenzo blew the first corner, so now he's going to have to pass Lorenzo or he's going to get caught up. He's going to get...
Oh, that was the doctor running wide as well there. On the back straight, 0.7 of a mile, up towards 210, 212,
Here we
215 miles an hour. Is he going to blast up the inside of Jorge Lorenzo?
Here we go.
Of course he is. Oh, that's going to be tight.
He's made it.
Bottom gear. And that wouldn't have cost him too much time either. So Marc Márquez now will be leading Jorge Lorenzo round. That's a good thing for Jorge.
I was just going to say that, Keith. It's now worked out good. Márquez is on a good lap. He will do another lap, depending on what the lap time says. Did you see him backing it into there? But Lorenzo is in the perfect position to have a right good look at his teammate. He's ready for it now. That said, the gap's going at an alarming rate. If Lorenzo can just hang on through this section and get pulled in around the first half of the lap, it could put him on the front row.
Everybody hangs in through there because Marc Márquez is spectacular through those triple rights. Oh, Francesco Bagnaia has crashed at turn 11. That's right at the end of the track. Turn 11 is miles away. He's got to get back to the pits from down there. It's a long way. Big ask at the hairpin on turn 11. Here we go. Jorge Lorenzo was up on the top of the curves. Márquez goes top. 2:03.78. Wow. 2:06 for Lorenzo, 2:03 from Marc Márquez. Marc Márquez holds the lap record round here. 2:03.5 for a race lap record, 2:02.1 for the absolute lap record. 99 Lorenzo pulls up.
Is this deja vu from about 3 years ago? But it was.
Now he's got to run back like Márquez.
He's got to do the Márquez run.
But he did. Oh, look, the bike slipped down as well and busted itself. He didn't even park that properly. He'll get a ticket for leaving it there. Now then, Márquez did have to hop over the wall, though. He didn't at the end of pit lane. So they are frantically trying to get the other 99 bike sorted out
So meanwhile, everybody's done one flying lap. Marc Márquez is fastest by 2.4 seconds.
He doesn't run quite as
sprinty
as...
he runs like a man who's got broken ankles, and he's had them, if you remember, last year. So
exactly
broken
that.
foot. You could see it looks like he's running on marbles. That's what I've experienced a bit of that myself. Eggshells, yeah.
Here's Maverick Viñales. Marquez 2:03.787. That's a 2.4 faster than Petrucci in second place.
Now I'm just hoping that Lorenzo's second bike is ready, because remember, we've had a wet session. Is that bike fully dry? Is the setup fully dry?
Well, the speed he's running at, he's got enough time. I offered him a drink of water. That was considerate, I thought.
I just hope
this
this
bike...
bike...
a marathon, someone handed him a plastic bottle of water.
Yeah, I just hope this bike's as good as his, let's say, his #1 bike, because he's currently sitting in 6th place on a 206.3. That's nowhere near good enough to put him...
I don't know what on earth could be wrong with the thing, that it conked out over the line. That's so rare from Honda. Here's Cal Crutchlow, the 35, being chased by the 46 of the Doctor. Valentino Rossi then. That's a good marker for Rossi as well, to chase Cal Crutchlow. Crutchlow's going to be fast. Rossi's going to be looking to make the most of that. We cut back again to Jorge Lorenzo doing the marathon.
It's a long
tired, doesn't it?
It's a long pit lane.
Really is. He'll sit for just a minute. He's going to have one shot at this, Jorge Lorenzo. So Marquez has put down that massively fast marker, 2:03.7. Viñales has come up into second place, 2 seconds off. Rins has now gone to 1.5 seconds off on the Suzuki. Crutchlow goes up to third and then straight back was Valentino Rossi. I said he was making a good marker of Crutchlow. Rossi then jumps up to second place, courtesy of chasing Cal Crutchlow. Still putting wheels in.
Oh, that was Marquez's bike.
For a minute I thought it was the 99. Miller goes third. Jack Miller then. We expect Miller to be on the front row. He's looked like the best of the Ducatis all weekend, with Dobby starting back on the 5th row.
Yeah, by miles.
Dobby's problem was the fact that he didn't do good enough in free practice 1 and 2. He should never have been in the position he was in by going through qualifying 1. So Dobby has a major problem.
Here we go. Let's see what happens with the Honda, see if we can see it.
Well, the 93 comes onto the straight and does that 2:03. What happened?
Oh, something.
Hang on, that broke. Cut out, didn't it, as he got to the curbs? That would have made him jump.
It wasn't a chain, was it?
Well, we've had that already, haven't we?
Yes, it sounds like it was a chain.
It was.
Wow.
That's stunning. No drive forward.
What are the chances of that happening?
Again?
On 2 occasions. Obviously, last time Marquez was lucky, it was in free practice 4 in Argentina, so that didn't affect him, but this is really going to affect Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's a disaster for Jorge Lorenzo. No fault of his whatsoever. He's run back to pit lane.
I'll tell you what it is a disaster for. Whatever the problem is with this Honda, because there is obviously an issue with it throwing chains. What's that going to be? Sprockets? Is it an issue as the sprocket broken?
Well, we never got to the bottom of it, because you're never going to find out. Honda are never going to allow you to do it. King Kenny Roberts, there you go. There don't come any bigger legend than King Kenny, that's for sure. And the hat looks right on him, unlike Tom Booth Amos, who looked like he was been on holiday in Spain.
Yeah, bit of a trip to Benidorm with the lads.
Sorry, Tom, but that's how it looked. No one wears it like Kenny. Oh, well, apart from maybe Texas Tornado. These will be made out of leather, though. Proper high.
Everybody on the way back into the pits now. Marquez, he came in early because he obviously threw down the marker. So Marquez has done this quite nicely. He's out of sync with everybody, so he shouldn't get disturbed.
Rossi, though, he closed it down to 0.7 with that lap that he did. Let's have a listen, shall we?
He runs off the track here, I think.
You're right.
And here.
Yeah. I wonder what lap that was on.
That was on his first flying lap. Yeah, and then he gets it over.
That's right. We saw him run wide, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah. But didn't know. I didn't see him why he did it.
It is exactly the same as Timmy. He goes over the jump, which it literally is a jump, as you can see. He gets on the wrong side, and then the problem is with these curbs, because they're quite high, it pushes him all wrong for this corner. Then he goes really wide here.
Yeah,
look, wow! That's what you don't see when you're on board.
Wow!
Look at that.
Match. That set it off, didn't it? I bet his heart went in, even at 40 years old, he'll have had that before, but his heart would have gone in his mouth for that one.
Yeah, but he didn't back out. He didn't, did he?
I don't think he can react that quick. Uccio pointing at the board. Lorenzo's just gone down pit lane, so Jorge Lorenzo has just gone back out.
Hey, how do you think his adrenaline is at the moment?
Well, it will be fighting with
exhaustion.
Jorge's exhaustion plus disappointment. He's got to get his mind under control for this one lap.
Well,
or 2 laps.
It's Lorenzo, 5 times world champion. If anyone can just press reset now and use the, let's say, the adrenaline as a positive.
Well, he did it from FP4 where he was 12 seconds off the pace to put himself through qualifying 2 into qualifying 1, so we know he can.
And Crutchlow, then you can see he looks angry. He'll be annoyed with that, with his first run. 6th fastest.
Yeah, that's what we expected.
1.6 slower than Marquez. He will not be happy with that.
Rossi and Miller, 2nd and 3rd, provisional front row. Marquez, Rossi, Miller, Viñales, Rins and Crutchlow, row 2. Petrucci, Quartararo and Morbidelli, row 3. Yeah, Quartararo, Morbidelli.
Easy to forget that the 2 newbies are well, newbies, new team.
New team, yeah.
Yeah. Incredible.
Quartararo's certainly a newbie.
Yeah, he is.
In the class.
So is this, oh, this is an outlap. I was going to say, is this, is he on the flyer?
Bagnaia, by the way, bottom of your tower, has crashed at turn 11. Rider, oh, hang on a minute, Marky boy.
Tell you what, that looks more nervous than normal.
Yeah, I mean, he looked a little wider out there, you know. Maybe he just picked up brand new tyres. Maybe he picked up a bit more water, bit of a bigger damp patch, perhaps. Oh, they're going to soon rewind this.
So he has an early wobble. Get ready for this. About here, coming up. Here, so that's the early one. I know when I saw that, I thought that's a strange wobble.
Oh,
and then that one. Oh.
Do you know what? That wasn't even through a damp patch, and that was just spinning it up straight away, and that was the worry that they had all along.
I wonder if it's gonna come in.
You wonder, don't you, just how they got that so it turns so quick through those flip-flops. I mean, he looks like he can take a tighter line, so he's got it stood on its head,
nose. It's like a supermarket shopping trolley where the front wheel's like waggling.
And that's exactly what he's got. The only thing you can do with that is sit back and let the bike take over. You try and grab hold of it, it's going to shake you straight out the seat. Oh. Incredible. Here's Jorge. Come on, Jorge. Let's will Jorge to get a good lap.
He looked hot into turn 1, but he got it turned nicely.
Oh, that's
Marquez is wide.
Yeah, very wide indeed. It's all getting a bit scrappy out there, isn't it? We have got just under 3 minutes to go of qualifying 2. This is the shootout for the front 4 rows of the grid. Who's it going to be? Marquez is looking again for yet another pole position here. He is King of COTA. No one has beaten him around this racetrack. Miller. Jack Miller, the Lamborghini driving Jack Miller. Can he make this Ducati?
So Marquez misses the apex at turn 1 and still somehow manages to get through that first sector quicker than he did on his previous run.
Which was so much faster than anyone else anyway.
He's going to feel nervous coming to this section, isn't he?
Rossi's looking good as well.
Yeah, Rossi's pretty much the exact same time as Marquez.
Tell you what, Bird with quick reactions. Jumped out the way on the 200 mile an hour straight.
Here we go.
Marc Márquez.
Standing up motocross style down there then.
Got right up on the pegs.
No. Backed out of it, has he? Yep. Backed out of this lap.
Shaking his head so bad. He's probably beginning to wonder whether there's a fault on that motorcycle, because that's the second time he tried to shake him out the seat. So something's not right with that that bike, you would guess.
Where's Rossi's time?
I bet Michael's going to be down outside the Repsol garage now, trying to spot exactly what's up with Marc Márquez's bike. It might be good enough to get him on pole position, because I don't think anybody else is going to be able to pip him. He just looks too good. He's 7/10 to the better than Valentino Rossi and Jack Miller. Jack Miller's another 7/10 back on Rossi. Over the line goes Lorenzo, puts himself on the second row. Yes, he does. I tell you, that's good. Lorenzo's done a great job to get himself there after the distraction of having to run the length of pit lane here. What's the Suzuki got towards the line? Rins, it'll be a personal best. Where does it put him? Third, puts him on the front row. That was the big gap back to Jack Miller. There was 7/10 back to Miller. Rossi does another fast lap. Rossi has definitely consolidated that front row now. Valentino Rossi got Morbidelli in front of him.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, so that's going to be this lap ruined, which is his last lap.
He looked round then to see if anyone else was there. Cal Crutchlow chasing Petrucci. What's he going to do for Crutchlow? He's going to leap him up, surely. Good for Cal Crutchlow, front row. So Crutchlow on the independent team, LCR Honda. is going to be the bookend on the front row. Marquez is going to be on pole. Rossi in the middle. Where is Maverick Viñales? Way down on the third row. He was the man I thought might qualify well, but he hasn't.
Rins has got through the first sector, well, his best by miles, so he's obviously got through there. So must have tried something different. Marquez is on a good lap, but he's got to get through this section. Can he get through it?
Oh, he's backed out of it a bit because he's just lost a little bit of time in the second sector, but Bagnaia again, that's the second one. This time at turn 1, he did it 11, now he's done it at turn 1 as well. Bagnaia's having a mare of a qualifier. There he is, he puts his hands up in the air. So Pecco Bagnaia, he crashed at turn 11, he's now crashed at turn 1. Two extremes of the circuit here. Meanwhile, we watch Marc Márquez.
And this is where he's at his best. This go-kart track, this section, I call it the go-kart, you watch him, he literally drifts the front and rear through it, and that's where he makes his time up.
Shame we didn't stay with him. This is Maverick, of course, Top Gun on his backside. Let's see if he can do something with it, because he's half a second off. That would put him just about to the head of the second row if he can keep this lap time going. Meanwhile, though, Rins is looking to do another one, and he might just beat him to the draw. Viñales being chased.
Checker flags out.
To the line goes Marc Márquez. Doesn't go any faster.
Almost.
Didn't need to go any faster. They'll be investigating why that thing's shaking its head. It's all got a bit of a melandry about it at the moment, hasn't it? Crutchlow, another fastest lap for him. Third place. Is that enough? I think it is. I think he's well enough faster than Jack Miller to be able to hold on to the front row. Maverick Viñales comes to the last corner on the number 12 machine. Turn 20. Won't want to drop it the other side of the curve this time. To the line. What's Viñales got? Just about row 2.
And that's important.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's gone from the third row to the second row. And we know his biggest where's Quattraro? Yeah, his biggest weakness is those first few laps. So,
wow.
Very important.
Quattraro disappointed. And you can see why. He's just about on the third row. Emilio Alzamora on the right just drops out as seen. Julia Marquez Dadov was there. And another good shout for Pol Espargaro in the middle of row 2. That has got to be.
Wow.
Is that the best KTM qualifying?
Well, certainly. I'm going to say yes.
Yes, it is. I'm going to say yes.
Well, certainly in the dry.
Pol Espargaro,
but yeah,
middle of the second row. That's got to be the best KTM, and he's looked good consistently through the weekend on long runs and shorts.
Just 0.6 of a second round this
That's
really
impressive.
long lap.
Maybe that talking from Pit Biro was enough.
Well, it's
you boys get your digit out. Lucy gets the spoils.
What a front row. Marquez, Rossi and Crutchlow.
That was Mrs. Crutchlow, of course, congratulating the team for giving her man the bike that he needs. No Willow on site this week. Lucy has had to leave Willow back at home, the daughter of